Today, market participants showed a rather negative attitude towards the European currencies. The euro-dollar pair dropped to a two-week low ahead of the European Union Leaders' Conference on Economic Recovery. Investors do not expect any fruitful results. Moreover, statistical data also failed to support the European currencies. Preliminary report on the Eurozone and the UK's services PMI turned out to be significantly below the forecast. Of course, economists had predicted a decline. However, the flash data showed that in the Eurozone, the indicator slumped to 11.7 points from 26.4, whereas the manufacturing PMI declined to 33.6 points from 44.5. As a result, the Eurozone composite PMI slid to 13.5 points from 29.7. Thus, the record low levels registered in the previous months were easily broken. The fact is that it's the April report which proved that the economic slowdown is accelerating. In the UK, the situation is almost the same. The UK services PMI nosedived to 12.3 from 34.5 points. At the same time, manufacturing PMI dropped to 32.9 from 47.8. Thus, the UK composite PMI decreased to 12.9 from 36 points, mainly due to the extremely weak business activity in the services sector. In general, the situation is really grave. Business activity will hardly improve in the near future. Amid this news, both the pound sterling and the euro lost their positions. Judging by the European data, economists are practically sure that the US statistical data will also be below the forecast. Moreover, today the US will also report on its claimant count change that is expected to reflect deterioration in the US labor market. A number of the first-time claims may inch down compared to the previous week. However, the expected number of 4.5 million exceeds the usual figures by more than 20 times. Moreover, a number of the continuous claims may hit a new record of 13 million. The previous record of approximately 12 million was locked previous week. The fact is that an increase in continuous claims reflects unprecedented and prolonged unemployment climb. Despite the fact that the US labor market situation looks like a real catastrophe, the US dollar is still more attractive than other currencies. It can be explained by the fact that most traders are switching to safer assets. Moreover, if there is an economic crisis in the United States, situation in other countries is even worse. However, sooner or later, but the global economy will start its recovery. Besides, most analysts are sure that the US will be the first to spread its wings. Our yesterday's prediction came true. The euro-dollar pair managed to break the lower limit of the range of 1.0815-0885. After that, the pair consolidated its movement and hit the support level of 1.0775. If the price consolidates below 1.0750, it may drop to 1.07 or hit a new low of 1.0635. If the pair consolidates above 1.0790, it may return to 1.0820. During the correction from the level of 1.2250, the pound-dollar pair returned to 1.2350 and from the local range of 1.23-23.85. It's quite possible that the market mood is still bearish, however, it may change. Sell positions can be opened below 1.23 with a target at 1.2250. If the price fixes below the mentioned level, it may approach the main support level of 1.2150. Buy positions can be opened if the price consolidates above 1.2390 with a targeted level at 1.2430, 2480. That's all for now. We keep monitoring the financial market situation. Subscribe to our channel and keep abreast of the latest events. See you soon.